All right, here it is. And boy, it's definitely rough. Couldn't tell a whole lot from that picture that I got, but as we're walking up on it here, yeah, it's a little rougher than I imagined. You can see already that there's some rust issues. This thing's been sitting right here. Looks like in the same spot for lots of years. They've been mowing around it, and I don't know, there's just a lot of moss, a lot of moisture, and you can see that window being cracked, that's a bad sign. Most of the time these things rust out anyways because the windshield and the back glass leaks. But yeah, when you got a window open, yeah, this thing's probably rotten underneath. But who knows? Might have a good engine and transmission. I actually don't know. I still don't know what it is. I can't really get to it, and we'll see if that hood will open up. I'd imagine it's pretty much seized up. But anyways, this thing is pretty rough. But I'm not really all that surprised. It was cheap. I already kind of committed to the money. I've got my buddy Kyle on the way here. He's going to drag this thing home for me on the rollback. And, you know, no turning back now. It's too late to turn back. I don't know. It's got keys in it, so it should steer.
About a 20-year ago steer.
All right, it's the next morning. Let's go take a look at this Nova, take a little closer look at it, see if we can open up the doors and the hood and the trunk, get a better idea of what we're working with here. Now, yesterday, this door wouldn't stay closed. It doesn't latch properly. Let's open it up. Ooh. Yeah, does not smell good in here. Looks mostly complete, it's just rotten. I'm sure underneath that carpet is in bad shape, but the carpet's not faded. That's a good sign. We'll dig in a little deeper on this as we start cleaning it out. But so it's showing 75,869 miles. And let's look at the brake pedal and see what that tells us. It's pretty wore on that corner. I think it'd be fair to say that's 175,000 miles. We'll see if there's some paperwork in the glove box, see if there's anything that can tell us when this car was last on the road. Oh, those hinges are super stiff. Okay. All right, good old faithful small block Chevrolet. Factory air, power steering, power brakes. Let's take a look under here. I'm assuming this would have a quadrajet, or it could be a two barrel. Yeah, it's a two barrel. That's actually better. Okay. Not bad. So everything looks complete. All the hoses are connected. The only thing missing is a belt on the AC compressor. So I guess we need to look at some numbers. I guess we could also look at these numbers on the cowl tag to tell us what this thing is. Okay, if we take a little piece of sandpaper, we can scratch off, have a better chance of seeing these numbers. Okay, we checked it out on Google, figured out how to decode this cowl tag. So right here, 78, that means this is a 1978. The number 1 is for Chevrolet. The XX means Nova. 27 means two-door sedan. The T is for the New York assembly plant, and then this is just a sequence number or serial number. Down here, 74R, that designates, says Carmine vinyl bench seat. It's kind of a red color. The 15-15, those are actually upper and lower body colors. And in the case of the double number, that just means that it's a solid color. And the 15 actually means silver metallic. So this car has been painted at some point with this white color. So since this thing has a 2-barrel carburetor, that means that it's more than likely a 305, because I looked it up on the internet. The 350s that were available in the Novas were 4-barrel only. So unless somebody's changed that intake and carburetor, we're probably looking at a 305. It's kind of hard to tell otherwise. I know sometimes the 305s have a bigger harmonic balancer, and it doesn't look all that big down there, but once we peel away some of these parts and pieces, we'll be able to run the numbers on the engine and make sure that it's the right thing for this car. I was able to pop the trunk with a screwdriver. Let's open it up and take a look. Oh, that's rusty. Look at that trunk lid. That's about as rusty as you can get. Oh, there's a wasp nest. Luckily, there's not anybody at home. Oof, yeah, that's bad. So I'm guessing with the amount of rust in that trunk lid that there's probably a bunch of rust underneath this mat. It's probably trapped a whole bunch of moisture, if I had to guess. So inside of here, we got a spare tire that actually looks like it could hold air. 195/75 R14, good steel wheel. I'll use that for sure. Looks like some old jumper cables, maybe. Oil filter wrench, radiator hose, trailer hitch ball. That's about it. This is surprisingly empty. I kind of expected it to have a whole bunch of stuff back here, but pretty much empty. That's bad. That is really bad. Okay. And these things have the gas tank back in behind here. Oh my. Oh moly. The wasps. That's a good spot for a wasp nest. Okay. Just leave that. So this thing's got the Nova Rally wheels. I've never liked these wheels at all. Not my favorite wheel in the world, but these are actually in pretty good shape. It got trim rings, center caps, little white wall tires. Some of these tires will probably hold air. Some of them have blown apart. But yeah, the wheels, those will clean up good. Speaking of cleaning up, I mean, that's some science projects going on this thing. Got a little moss. I do think it'll clean up pretty good with the pressure washer. Yeah, that's not going to hold air. But look at that wheel, good shape. A little bit of rust down here. The doors are surprisingly good. I'm sure that rocker panel molding is hiding a bunch of rust. I think that tire will hold air. Trim ring, center cap. I'm afraid to look under this floor mat. I just know what's going to be under here. It is a nice GM factory floor mat. That's cool. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So this thing rusted and somebody patched it and their patches rusted out. That's how long this thing's been sitting. That's not good. Yeah, that's soft, very soft. That means the rest of the floors in this thing, especially back here, like in these pockets, they're rotten. Let's see if there's anything at all to look at here. Oof. Ooh. I don't know what's been living in here. I don't see my driveway under here, so that's good. Not much there though. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Lynyrd Skynyrd. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Lynyrd Skynyrd cassette player, and a cassette player. Yes, yes. Okay. I'm feeling better about it all of a sudden. Ooh. Little camel tin, okay. Razor knife, scissors. Unopened Sprite can. Yeah, I don't know about this. Oof. That rat's nest. Pretty serious. Ooh, we got registration. Let's see what the last registration was on this thing. That's what I've been wanting to know. I saw those dates for 1998. Let's see right there. There it is. 1997. 78 Nova. Okay. So last registration in 97. It looks like it was last driven in 1998. That doesn't feel like that long ago for me, but if we do the math, that's well over 20 years of sitting. That's a cool little folder. Margaret and Walter Webb, Sell Creek, Tennessee. Oh, this is cool. I grabbed the absolute right paperwork. Look at this. So we've got Margaret and Walter Webb, Sell Creek, Tennessee. They traded in a 68 Chevrolet, I'd say probably a Nova. And this was done, or the expiration is 10/31/78, so this must have been done in 77. Wow, $4.25. Yeah, November of 77. Jimmy Wilkie. Huh, Ray County. Nice. So they're from Sell Creek, but the car was registered in Ray County. Ah, yes. Okay. This is what I was looking for. This is the original invoice for this car. Let's take a look right here. Bill Littleton Chevrolet. Looks like they had a Chattanooga dealership and a Dayton, Tennessee dealership. So this car was bought brand new in Dayton, Tennessee, 136 Market Street. Sold to Margaret or Walter Webb. They're from Sell Creek. So there's 78 Chevy Nova, 2-door, new. Serial number, let's see here, $5,676.30, plus local tax of $5, plus sales tax. We got a grand total of $5,309.72. They got $600 trade-in credit for their 68 Chevy Impala 2-door. Wow, that is cool. So even though there's bigger things I probably need to be working on, it's driving me crazy that this thing is sitting here on flat tires. So I'm going to try to get these tires to air up, and the ones that I can't get to air up, I'm going to switch them out just so that this thing is sitting up and sitting level. It's just bugging me sitting here like this. Looks like we're out of luck on this right front tire. it's just not wanting to hold air. It kind of sounds like it's coming out of the backside around the bead. I can't really tell because I can't get my head under there, but probably just going to jack this thing up, put the spare tire on here. It looks a little rough. I mean, the tire itself is slick as it can be, but I think it'll hold air enough for us to get this thing up off the ground. That's not sketchy. It looks like this steel wheel and spare tire is fitting on there okay, but I want to make sure that it's clearing that disc brake caliper, because some of these 14-inch wheels will not clear disc brakes. All right, this left rear, there's no chance of it holding air, so I'm going to go ahead and change it out. I thought I had a good plan, but the old rim, rusty. Yeah, the air coming out. Let's go ahead and check transmission fluid while we're just messing around. Okay, it's got some. Ooh, it smells burnt. It smells very burnt. Okay, let's check some oil. Has oil. It's not very dark. Doesn't smell like gas. That's a good thing. It's not milky. Okay. Well, that's good. We need to get this off. Oof. Okay, it's got some. Nothing in the back. A little bit in the front, super yucky. Just set that there for a minute. I use nothing but the best .3 brake fluid from the dollar store in my vehicles. Get a little bit there, let's get a little bit here. Just a splash, a little bit. A little more, okay. All right. This thing, probably just not try very hard with that. Crunchy, very crunchy. Okay. So it'd probably be a good idea to pull the plugs out and squirt this thing full of some kind of something. PB blaster, some oil, but I'm going to skip a few steps here and just see if this engine will turn over. I've got a 5/8 socket breaker bar. Again, this is probably not the best first step, but it's what I'm going to do. It'll give me a pretty quick answer. All I'm looking for is a little nudge. Okay, we need to see if this carburetor is freed up to where it'll, oh yeah, that's good. Choke is hung open, which is okay. That's a good thing. This thing's got a ton of vacuum lines that'll need to be replaced. I'm sure they're all dry rotted. All this stuff's probably got to need to be replaced. But I think my next step is putting a hot battery, pouring a little bit of gas, and We'll see what happens. I don't know. Hopefully the starter's good. I haven't checked any kind of wiring or anything like that. This car had a battery in it already, and it was already hooked up and everything, but it was completely dead. I did roll my battery charger out there to it, hooked it up, didn't get much action out of that. So I ended up robbing the battery out of my other Nova and set it over in there just to try to see what I'm up against here. See if the ignition switch works, see if I can get any power to anything. All right, luckily we got some keys with this car and hooked up the battery. I'm gonna see if this thing will turn over. I don't wanna hurt anything, I'm just gonna bump it and see if it spins the motor at all. Okay, I actually heard one of those speakers back there. Huh. Okay, we got some lights on the dash. It's a good sign. Please tell me this radio works.
The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making sure the top of your house is the best it can be.
Yeah.
BestBuyMetalRoofing.com.
We've got a radio. Okay, we gotta watch that fan blade and see if it moves at all. No, I got nothing. Okay. Well, the good news is we've got a radio. That means we can plug in that Leonard Skinner tape. All right, so fast forward a little bit. I pulled the starter off of this thing and I rigged up a little way to test this while it's off of the car where I can actually get to it. We're basically jumpering from one terminal to the next, and we're gonna see if this thing spins over. If it does, that means our starter's good and we got a wiring problem. Okay, gonna touch that. Oh, yeah, we got action. Yep, it's doing what it's supposed to do. Okay. Well, there's that. I guess I can put that starter back in, start tracing down some wires. While I was under here fooling with the starter, I started looking at some of the fuel system stuff, and I see this hose is pretty rotten. Even the hose clamps are rotten, and there's a big hole right here. So that pretty much eliminates our ability to use the factory tank. Wasn't thinking we could do that anyway, so we'll have to rig up a temporary fuel system. All right, so we weren't getting any juice over to the starter, so I decided first easiest place to look is the neutral safety switch. That's what keeps your vehicle from cranking up while it's in drive or reverse. Well, you can bypass that by just putting a little jumper wire from one terminal of this plug-in to the other. And we're gonna give that a try. See if that helps anything. If it does, that means our neutral safety switch is bad, and we'll just keep it bypassed for the time being. So, all right, let's try this again. Key on, we got juice, we got radio. Let's listen for anything, any good action out here. Yes, okay. All right, we got starter, the engine's turning over. We're one step closer to trying to crank this thing up. So after bypassing that neutral safety switch, I ended up pouring a little bit of gas down the carburetor just to see if this thing would try to hit. I could have done a lot of different tests to be able to see if I had spark, but I'm not patient. I wanted to pour some gas in there, see if the thing would just try to hit so I could know what that next step was gonna be. Okay, well that was easy. So now what we're gonna do is make up a fuel system out of my gas can. I'm gonna hook it up to that fuel pump right down here. Just gonna hook a hose up to it. All right, this might be the most redneck thing I've ever done. I didn't have a long enough piece of 3/8 hose, but I did have this little tube, which is originally for an oil dipstick. And it's kind of 3/8-ish. And I got this one side on there. We'll get the other side slid on there, and that'll make a long enough piece to connect to my gas tank. Fuel system is installed. Get that line run in there. Hey, now the wasps are angry. So angry right now. Excuse me. Okay, we're getting close. Give it a couple of pumps. Let's try again. Let me give it one more drink. So every time I splash a little bit of gas down the carburetor, this thing fires right up, but it only runs on that little splash of gas. Fire up and run for a second and then die. And you know, every time in between I'm pouring a little bit more gas down the carburetor and just hoping that if it runs long enough that it'll start pulling some of that gas out of that jug. Man, I cannot believe it. This thing finally picked up and it's running like a champion. This thing, I don't know if it's got oil pressure or not. I'm assuming it does, but no smoke, no real action other than this thing running for the first time in over 20 years. I cannot believe how easy this thing fired up. Now this thing sounds pretty ratty, and that's because the exhaust rotted off of it probably 20 years ago. But it does still have the original catalytic converter on it, so that's muffling the sound down a little bit, but you can hear it's a little louder than it should be. But I think it's running on all 8 cylinders. You know, there's no real drama anywhere there. This thing sounds pretty promising. I'm excited to see if it'll move under its own power. All right, I've got my test course set up here. Got a scotch on the front side. Got a little bit of room here to give myself some room to see if this thing will take gear. We're about to find out. Idle. My foot is off the gas and it's sitting there idle. It's just amazing. gonna have to add a little bit of transmission fluid. Let's turn it off. Okay, I had a little bit of transmission fluid. I didn't have a lot. We're gonna see if that helped anything at all. And this thing fires right up. I cannot believe it. It sits there and idles. Brake pedal is real hard. Not sure if I'm gonna have brakes or not. Let's see. Okay, not moving. I'm gonna need some more transmission fluid. All right, I went to the parts store and got me about 10 feet of 3/8 hose. I got my gas tank. We're gonna put it somewhere. Oh, oops. Let's see. How about right there? Yeah, it works. Now, install the fuel line. Got it. Okay. And done. That's good. This will be good. Okay. We got some brake issues. Brakes are not working. I cracked the lines open, pumped the brakes up. No fluid is passing through here. So that's telling me that something is seized up in the back of the master cylinder. If it's not moving fluid at all, there's something big time wrong. So we'll take a look right here. This should tell us what's happening. We should be able to watch that little nub right there and see it move when we push the brake pedal. Looks like that part of it's working. It's something seized up probably in the back side of the master cylinder, so we'll go ahead and pull it off of there. So after I wasted a bunch of time on that crusty old master cylinder, I realized it was a lost cause, and I went to the local parts store. They had a master cylinder in stock for this thing. It was about 50 bucks. It needs a lot of other brake attention as well. I'm sure that it needs hoses and that it needs calipers and that it needs a lot of attention, but we're going to try to at least get this thing down the road with just the new master cylinder. Fill it up with some fresh fluid and hope that the calipers aren't frozen up and that the brake hoses are okay. A lot of hoping going on there. Okay, put the lid on it, and then we're gonna see if we can get some brakes to pump up. Yeah.
Are you okay?
So before we try to run it very much, we need to get a little bit of water so it doesn't run too hot. Yeah, she was thirsty.
She dehydrated.
Yes.
Very, 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 very dehydrated.
That's what happens when you sit for 24, 25 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. That ought to be enough to do what we need to do. We'll come back and make sure it's topped off once we run it a little bit and circulate it.
Okay.
There you go. Let me scoop some of this stuff out of the way.
Yeah. Why is this here?
Classic Performance Products, CPP.
CPP.
Okay. This should protect you from
Any
whatever's
stains
living in here. Yeah.
and stain.
hop in there. Hop back out. Hop back out. Lots of bees.
Yeah.
We've disturbed the bees again.
Get the wasp spray.
Okay.
Hello?
Nice and easy. All right, go ahead and get in.
I get to smell the gasoline.
Yay.
We all get to smell the gasoline.
Can't believe how easy this thing cranks up. Like, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's sitting there idle. I'm so proud. Okay, my brake pedal is still way down on the floor. But let's see if I got brakes. Yes, we have a little bit of brakes.
We have brakes.
Yep,
Woo!
got a little bit of brakes.
So we're gonna test drive it?
Ooh, not very good brakes. Not very good. We do need a little bit more transmission fluid. Let's do that real quick before we turn it off.
Okay.
Alright, we're running again. We topped off the transmission fluid, I think. We're going to give these brakes a try. Okay, still took a little while to get down into reverse.
Did you move the tires?
I did move the tires, yes. Good call, though. That could have been unfortunate.
Be like, why aren't we going?
We were moving under our own power. This thing has not moved in, best I can tell, 24, maybe 25 years. And we're driving it. We've got this, I mean, the smallest amount of brakes that you can imagine.
But it's working.
But it's working. I'm testing the brakes, making sure that we've got them before we get too serious here. So we're just driving in the driveway.
That didn't sound very good.
It almost died, but I didn't touch anything on the carburetor, so I can't believe that it runs as good as it does. The brakes are there. They're just really low on the pedal. I'm gonna try it again. Just make sure that we don't have anything trying to seize up on us before we get it out on the road. 'Cause we don't want to be stranded.
You have to call Mama.
Well, even worse than that is if a brake locks up and we're out on the road, that is, we're
Not,
stuck. We
yeah.
can't do much about it.
Like we can't even move out of the way. And another bad thing is if we can't stop.
You think we can drive it down just in the neighborhood? You think we'll do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
What do you think? Is this gonna work?
Yeah. I'm not actually.
I am. You think it's gonna work?
Yeah.
Okay,
Dude.
let's try it. Alright, we're gonna give it a try. Let's hope that these brakes don't lock up,
And then we're
that a
screwed.
wheel doesn't fall off, or that a bee doesn't sting us.
Yeah, all those things.
Okay. this thing up. We got to get started by getting some of this trash out of here, and we're going to try to remove some of these science projects off of this thing. Go ahead and open it up there. Let's take a look at what we're up against here. Okay, we do have our seat protectors. Actually, it isn't protecting the seat, it was protecting us from whatever is living in the seats. So the rest of this is, a lot of it's garbage. There are some pretty valuable papers in here though, as far as the history of this car, so we'll hang on to them. Let's get started cleaning it up. I'm just gonna open this thing completely up.
Is that a lizard or snake?
Oh, it is a lizard. Look at that. Look at that little guy. Oh, where'd he go?
I thought that was a snake. I just walked right into him.
There's our pet.
Yeah.
Pet lizard. Must have been living in this thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel so bad for him.
I don't. It's got a nice house.
Yeah, it is.
So anyways, we're going to open this thing up, let it air out while we're cleaning it out.
Yeah.
I forgot that our window fell, so it rained in here.
Oh, no.
Oh no, it's going to mess up the interior.
That's not gonna do.
Oh dear. Okay, let's get started.
No.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We definitely need this. Lots of wasp in this thing.
Yeah.
Let's get a new can. Okay.
Lots of just junk in
Yeah,
here.
I feel like this is collectible.
What is it?
Camel sticker.
It's a camel.
Yeah, that was a brand of cigarettes. You don't know much about cigarettes, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know much about cigarettes.
Glove,
Don't need that.
leaves. Here's an unopened Sprite can. It's empty. I don't know.
Maybe it probably evaporated.
There's some more camel stuff.
Camels.
Camel cash. 1 C note.
They must.
I bet you could sell that on eBay. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Another glove.
Hey, those.
Glove. I should probably be wearing gloves.
Yeah.
Gloves. There's the dome light lens. It is. Oops. It's broken.
What? Just
Some scissors.
ooh, scissors. Very not useful right now. We don't need scissors.
There's a rat's nest, probably. Okay. This big stack of papers, I don't even know what to do with it. Bunch of zip ties. I would say that they're probably brittle. I'm throwing them away. Oh dear, an ignition switch. That's not a good sign, but the ignition switch works just fine. So whatever. Stanley knife. Getting a tetanus shot. I think we got a tire gauge. Look at that.
Woo!
Chrome even. Yeah, we got natural light. Doing a little drinking and driving. Okay, here's our 2 of our center caps. Put those on up here. Now all this paperwork, I'm debating on how much I'm going to keep of it. All right, we've got a Midland International CB radio. I was about to jerk it out of there, but it's actually wired into the car, so we better leave it.
Yeah.
That's a valuable piece of history. Some more matches. Leonard Skinner tape. I can't throw that away. Put that in here. Heather Glenn golf links. I don't know what that is.
That looks valuable.
We'll hang on to that. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh my.
How much?
Mayfield milk carton. Oh, there's an animal skeleton.
There is.
Yeah, come on.
No.
Bring it on in.
No.
Bring it
You
on
do it.
in. Nope, you gotta see it.
Ew. Is that a? That's a rat.
There's our first animal skeleton of this project. So here's the belt. This was on the air conditioner, I bet. That's the only belt that's missing is the AC belt. Compressor still turns. So we might have to get us a new belt. See what happens. I'm scared of that milk jug. Honestly, I don't know what's in it. Okay, it's dry. It's empty. Mayfield milk. It's the best you can get. Oh, glove.
He had a lot of gloves. Or
Hey,
glitter.
look at this. Look at this.
Oh my word.
That's the whip antenna for the CB.
I was about to say it's a zipper.
Magnetic.
That's a magnetic.
Yeah, look at that. Woo.
That thing is long.
That's nice. We're keeping that.
Good.
Okay, I will take it down. Get.
If you can get it out.
Ah, okay.
Does it like zip down?
Okay. These clothes in the back they got me a little worried
That animal
as
skeleton.
far as what's in there.
That animal skeleton is freaking me out.
You want me to get out of there?
No.
You rode in this car and it has a skeleton in it.
I did not know that. And of course, I have to be the closest one to it when we were riding.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Oh, I thought you were.
Let's see what this is. It says for fire brigade use only, contact fire ops 7447.
Must be some kind of like tag.
Yeah, I don't know what that's for. Okay. Ooh. Ooh.
Why is there clothes in here?
I don't know.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about what's living in here.
Or what was living in there.
Yeah, because that's a perfectly nice bed for an animal. Let's get the new trash can. We've got this one pretty much full. Move on to number 2.
Number 2. There you go.
Okay, how about you video while I do the
Okay.
dirty work?
Let's do this.
It was a good house for a rat.
Yeah.
Or a squirrel.
Or anything.
Okay, now this one's interesting. I'm not going to throw this right in the trash. This is U.S. Army coat. We're going to pull this out and we might clean this up and just see what it says on it. I see a patch on here. I can't really make it out, but I don't want to throw that away.
Okay, don't throw that away.
Let's lay it up here.
Even though there might be animals living in it. Dust. Well, we might need another trash bag at one point.
Sequoia Nuclear TVA. That's an old, very
It's
flat hat that's been chewed on by an animal.
Hey, a dog could have
And
gotten
then-
in here.
What about, oh, there's our buddy clinging on for dear life to this magical ho 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 hat. Goodbye.
I am not.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. No, don't move that close to me.
A flannel coat.
Cool.
Again, very comfortable. If you're the mouse that lived in here, very comfortable surroundings. Nice bed.
Yes.
Let's move to the other side.
Let's see what's in here. Another receipt.
Hey. Okay, it's just one. I thought it was like a...
Swarm, and then
Swarm.
you're gonna.
Okay.
Okay.
I wish I knew where they were coming from. That would really help me out a lot.
Then you could spray it.
Yeah.
And.
Spray it and run. I don't know.
What is that?
No idea. The rest of that's going to get vacuumed.
Okay, let's see what's back here. Any animals? Skeletons?
I don't see any yet. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh my.
This is a weird discovery.
Golf balls?
Weird discovery.
Golf balls?
Yeah, I don't know.
And they look very clean. They're so clean.
I don't have an explanation for this.
Don't throw them away.
This doesn't look like a vehicle you'd take to go to the golf course.
Don't throw them away.
Out of service. Well, that's not true for this car. This car is in service. It's totally serviceable. But I'm going to keep that tag. It's pretty neat. Okay. I guess we got to find a container for all these golf balls. The rest of this we'll vacuum out. Let's move to the trunk. These are pieces that went on the bumper and they've just turned into rotten. Spring. piece of the trunk lid. Some type of very vintage, the heaviest jumper cables that I've ever seen. That's heavy duty. Kind of hate to throw those away. This looks like it's been in the bottom of the ocean. That's a trailer hitch ball. Don't know what this is. Maybe a jack handle.
Kind of does look like a jack handle.
Oil filter wrench. That's usable. We'll hang on to that. I would say that's pretty much rotten now. And the rest of it, I think we can vacuum. Alright, I gotta look under here. Now that we got this cleaned up, let's look under the mat.
I'm scared. You're scaring me.
Hey, look at that. Spare tire well. No rust. Can you see that? Solid as it can be. That is surprising. Okay. What about this side? Usually when you see this being so rotten, it means that water has leaked into the trunk and it'll just rot these trunk pans out like very fast. Okay. Let's look over here. Ooh, not so lucky on this side.
Looks like it because this is looser over here.
Yeah. Got some pretty intense rust right there. Let's just cover this back up and just pretend like we didn't see that rust. Okay, while I was vacuuming, I noticed this piece of paper is stuffed. It's just kind of wadded up over here. I'm gonna see if I can reach it. It looks like a build sheet, which would normally be probably in the back seat here. Let's see what we got. Yes. Cannot believe this. Hold the phone and I'll get this straightened out.
Okay.
You gotta be real careful with these because they are very fragile. But this should show us every single option that this car came with. Look at that. We got deluxe seat belts, tinted glass, bench seat, deluxe interior it looks like, wide rocker moldings, roof drip rail moldings, body side moldings. Looks like a floor mat of some sort, silver metallic paint, Carmine Big 4, I don't know what that means. Carmine belts, Carmine vinyl, air conditioning, tilt rear view mirror, that doesn't seem like much of an option. Outer mirror, 241 rear axle ratio under this thing, 241. That is ridiculously high, like highway gears. I can't read some of those. 305 two-barrel engine, automatic transmission. Okay, here's some tire information. E7814s is what this thing would have come with. E7814B, so it came with bias-ply tires. Very cool. That's not something I expected to find in this car, and I definitely wouldn't expect it to just be stuffed away back there. Can't believe how nice the carpet is. Hasn't faded that bad at all. Let's see how many golf balls we have. 28 golf balls.
Wow. It didn't look like that very many golf balls. I must have just not seen them all. What's that?
No idea. trash. You ever washed a car like this?
No. Oh no. That did it right there.
Super Clean did the trick. Had it loosened up. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
He's super clean in the seats.
I think I'll not do the dash. That's probably a good idea. Lots of wires in there. I don't think we can hurt the seats any worse than they already are. Let's do the back seats too while we're in here.
Okay.
Full upholstery detail. Whew. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's an
Man,
airy.
it's almost like it was made for that.
Those look amazing.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Step back for me. This is a great idea.
No. Snow.
That one's black. Yeah. That must have been replaced at some point. All right, we're gonna clean under the hood, and normally I would say don't spray a bunch of water under your hood, but in this case it needs to be pressure washed under here. So I'm gonna spray some degreaser, try to loosen up some of this junk in here. Still gonna be kind of careful not to spray directly right there on the distributor, but the rest of this, get a little bit of action.
It'll be a Snova.
Nova, I like it. this side cleaned up a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
The Super Clean had a little more time to actually sit there and kind of soak in. It really cleaned up
Yeah.
a lot quicker. We're going to take some Brillo pads to the windows. That little bit of soap will help keep from scratching the windows, but it cleans them up real good. So we got the Nova cleaned up, but Carly had to go to bed, and I decided after it was getting kind of dark, I decided to go ahead and change the tires and wheels on this car, and it made a huge difference in it. I have not shown it to Carly yet, so we're going to walk out here and give her a little bit of a surprise because it really changed the looks of this car. It looks like a totally different car.
I know.
I mean, the crustiness is still there.
Yeah.
Still a rough piece of junk, but the right size tires and wheels made a big old difference.
I love you. And also, we can now drive it without a flat tire.
That's right. That's right. We should probably take it on a little better test drive this time, now that we've got 4 completely inflated tires.
And you took it on a drive. I see the mat in there. You took a drive on
I just backed it up so I could take some good pictures of it.
Oh,
But yes, I do have my mat. Let's take a look in here.
okay.
See what it looks like after everything has dried out in here. Oh, look at that door panel. That is nice. The carpet actually cleaned up pretty good, although all these little pieces of stuff just keep falling out of everywhere. Probably the roof, I don't know.
Do we need to put a new headliner in it?
The headliner's not bad.
No. Is it just a thing that Novas have the hypnotizing headliner?
Apparently, yeah.
Because that's a hypnotizing headliner.
It does have the hypnotizing headliner. If you look at it too long, it kind of messes your eyes up.
But through the camera, it doesn't do anything. But in real life, it does.
I've got my seat cover over there. The seat was still soaking wet when I moved it, but they cleaned up pretty good. I think we could probably put a little bit of maybe some Armor All or something on there to.
And look, you don't even have to do it anymore because we cleaned it out so much that we're not worried about the animals, because the animals would have come out by now.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't really need the seat covers anymore. Totally safe and clean. You look right at home in there. Brake caliper dragging. I'll go with the full flat some can see something down on the header that is, or not the header, but the exhaust manifold. It looks like it's just burning off of there. Maybe it's just leaves and junk. Definitely more smoke than I'm comfortable with. All right, so this thing is running pretty good. I found some vacuum hoses that run hooked them back up, and it idles way better now. I also noticed there's a few other vacuum hoses that are not hooked up. This one is plugged off with a piece of wood. I like it, but it runs way better now. And I think the burning smell was just leaves and dust and stuff burning off on the exhaust manifolds. And you can hear that this thing kind of sounds ratty. It's because it doesn't have a muffler. That's just an old catalytic converter. So we're gonna try to drive it again. All right, I'm feeling better about it. This thing's idling so much better. I do know that front brake on the passenger side is dragging. Bless you.
Thank you.
That scares me a little bit, the dragging, not the sneeze. The dragging scares me because I'm afraid we're going to get out here and the front wheels will lock up and we're going to have to, like, I don't know what we'll have to do, but
We're going to be stranded in the middle of the road.
yeah, we don't want that. But I'm feeling much better about how the engine is running. Really sounds much better now, so we're going to try it again. I think it's better. Yeah, we only have front brakes, no doubt about it. Now it's taking gas much better. The neighbors love us.
They actually really do.
Are you sure about that?
Why are you asking that?
Those these ratty old pieces of junk we fool with.
Mr. Terry?
Mr. Terry, he likes old cars, but the rest of everybody else in the world, I'm afraid that they might think that we're crazy.
There are other car people in the world.
Yeah, this thing's running so much better. This vacuum hose has made a big difference. I mean, we're just driving like regular cars, second gear. Let's see if we'll get it into third gear. This thing's got 241 rear gears, so it takes a while to get it up into high gear. Come on, third gear. Come on, you can do it. Oh. Hey, third gear. Yes. Very good. I'm happy with that. All three gears. The engine is running so good right now. And I have not touched anything. I have not touched the carburetor. I haven't touched the timing. I haven't changed the plugs. I mean, it's amazing how good this thing runs. Oh dear. That caliper's going to leave us stranded if we're not careful. This will be our last trip on these brakes, for sure. We got a car coming, so we better hold our horses. Just act natural. No big deal. Okay. Now is the time to see if it'll do a burnout.
What would we do if we got stranded?
How much do you want to bet whether or not it'll do a burnout? Do you think it'll do a burnout or not?
No.
You don't think it'll do a burnout?
No.
I'll bet you a $5 bill that it will do a burnout. Right here.
Okay.
$5? Bet on it?
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's go ahead and drop her into low. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this smoke in here. Ah. That smells like $5. Oh yeah.
Actually smells like smoke.
That's a good kind of smoke though. That's burnout smoke. I've had way over $500 worth of fun already. And it's like the more I drive it, the better it runs. Let's get this thing home before the front end locks up because it is pulling hard to the right. That front brake is on its last leg. That caliper is probably just really rusty. It's not going to last much longer. I could not be more proud of this car. Like, I can't even explain to you how cool it is that we paid $500 for this and a whole bunch of parts, and that just in a couple of days time we were able to drive this thing down the road and do a burnout that is still smoking off of the tires. Like, I just can't understand how we were able to make this thing work as good as it did. You can see up here all this brake dust on this wheel, and it is pretty hot and toasty. So that front brake is dragging really bad. I can feel the heat coming off of it. Don't pay any attention to these missing lug nuts. It's not a big deal. Totally not a big deal. But before we drive it any further, we got to fix those brakes. Man, that burnout felt so good. I wanted to go do another one, except this time I didn't want Carly to be on the inside. I wanted her to be outside so she could video it. And I wanted to switch out this right rear tire for a junky one so that I didn't mess up my good tires that I typically run on the Corvette. Speaking of the tires and wheels, these are American Racing Torque Thrust D. Now they're 15 by 4.5s in the front, 15 by 7s on the back. The tires are 165 R15 Coker Classic radials. The back is BF Goodrich 235/75 R15, and I run them on just about everything. I've got them on my Chevelle, got them on the other Nova. They look good on just about anything, and they look super good on this crusty Nova. So close. I want to reach over there and help you, but I also want you to learn. Oh, you got it.
Yes.
Yes. Good job. You got it. All right, let's put some lug nuts on. Here you go.
Okay. Thank you.